Okay, started. So, hi everyone. My name is HP, and I'm currently in Atlanta right now. And today, me and Vicky is gonna introduce another Vicky about her stories about noodles. Yeah. So, Vicky, tell me about yourself. Like, where are you from? Where have you been? And tell me your story about noodles. Yeah. Start introducing
Okay.
yourself.
I'm Vicky, and I was originally from Chongqing, which is near the Sichuan province. And then I grew up in Beijing, and I spent my high school in Minnesota and my first year of college in Paris.
Cool. So, what is your favorite kind of noodle and why is this your favorite?
I guess my favorite kind is the Chongqing spicy noodle, and it's my favorite because my mom used to make it when I was really small, and I just loved it. Yeah.
Oh, can you describe more in detail, like what kind of ingredients does she use and what what flavor is the Chongqing noodle taste like?
Like I guess like the most important ingredient is um like the red pepper and like the spice, and
Oh,
that's like really special because um like you can't find it anywhere like um yeah, other than Chongqing or
Chongqing.
like the Sichuan province.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it tastes really different from like other spices that I've had.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's the most important thing.
okay.
So next question, what type of noodle is served in your area and how do people usually serve it?
Um, as I mentioned, since I grew up in Beijing, the very traditional type of noodle, the very traditional type of noodle is jajang noodle, and people usually serve it with like seven, I think seven
Okay,
So
continue.
it has seven different vegetables served along with it, and it also includes a black bean, like soybean sauce.
Mm,
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
So how often do you think you eat this type of noodle when you are back at home and how often do you eat it here in the US?
Um, when I was when I'm back at home, I think once a month. Like yeah, I don't eat it very often, and here in the US, I don't think I have a lot of chance like eating it because I just don't see like I just didn't find any good places that serve this kind of noodle.
That's really sad that you can't eat your favorite type of noodle. Okay.
Mm, And since you can't eat it in US, so how do you substitute noodles into your regular diet or find ways to cook noodles under the busy academic pressure?
Well, despite the fact that I'm in Atlanta right now, I think I'm still able to like go to those restaurants just to order a bowl of noodles. For example, like Lanzhou Ramen is a great place for noodles, and inside the restaurants you can observe how people like make the dough and fold it to make the hand pulled noodles, and um there are also various types of noodles served in different soups along with different meat, which is really close to the type of noodle I eat at home. Yeah.
Okay. So, can you tell me the most memorable memories you have with noodles and why is this special to you? It can be anything, any type of noodles. It doesn't have to be your favorite noodle.
Okay. Um, I think eating chicken soup noodles reminds me of my grandma, cause whenever I'm leaving, whenever I go back to my home, my grandma always make me the chicken noodles, the chicken soup noodles, because there's a saying in China that that means when you leave, you eat dumplings, and when you come back, you have noodles. So that's why my grandma always make noodles for me. Whenever, like every single time when I go back to China, and she would like prepare like black bone chicken, and then have all those Chinese medicines like the herbs into the soup and make it like very nutritious and really delicious. And yeah, so whenever I think whenever I eat chicken soup noodles, I just think of my grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that also reflect the fact that Chinese people like to use food as a medicine. So it's really helpful with your health, I think. Okay, next question. So how would you say the changes in the Chinese society have impact your or your family's diet and your relationship to noodles and Chinese food in general?
Um, Thanks to my grandparents, when they were young back in the 1950s, they collected the seeds from the elm trees and grind them into powders and mixed with flour to make the noodle dough. And comparing to the factory made noodles nowadays, the noodles in the past has had a unique smell and taste, and like the smell of wheat and elm seeds were much stronger. And after boiling the noodles, each strand was really smooth and tender. Yeah, and it's just like really delicious, I think. And the process of making the noodles add more flavor, I think, to the end product, which can be hardly achieved in, I guess, nowadays. With the noodles being produced in large quantities, people are more inclined to choose the noodles that are convenient for them to cook instead of like um, the more complex way to make noodle, because they have to save time for more important works. And the artificial elements of all the food products in China increased significantly.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's also true for me too. I can't eat those authentic street food anymore because a lot of them are lost for our generation. So next question. So based on your personal experiences, tell me what do you think that what noodles meant for Chinese people now and throughout history? Continue.
Um, I think noodles for Chinese people are substitutes for rice, and it is a staple food. And um, it reflects different dietary habits and local cultures in different regions. Because
So because the internet connection was really bad, so we'll restart this question. So based on your personal experiences, tell me what do you think what noodle means for Chinese people and now throughout history?
I think noodle is really important because it is a subsidy for rice, and it also reflects different dietary habits and local cultures in different regions. Because depending on the region you are from, the type of noodle you eat might be really different. They're like the really thin and narrow ones, and also like the wide and really like, I don't know, like flat and like flat and wide,
Yeah, like 山西
wide.
刀削面
Yeah, like that type of
油泼
noodles.
辣子
So
面
yeah, there are like a variety of like options and like the different choices.
Yeah,
And also I think noodles are very affordable. Like even like it is really simple to make. You just need like a little bit of soup. You put it in like boiling water, and then like have vegetables or meat if you have. So yeah, it's really affordable, and poor people can also afford to eat this type of like cuisine. Yeah.
good. So we just have one last question.
So, as you mentioned, noodles can reflect different cultures. In your opinion, how Chinese noodles indicate different cultures in different regions? Like you can give some specific examples.
Okay. Mm.
Go.
Um, so I'll use Chongqing Xiaomian and Jjajangmian as examples. So for Chongqing Xiaomian, it's like really, really spicy, and you can either eat it with soup or without soup, like ganban mian. But for Jjajangmian, it's always without soup, and you have it along with the black bean sauce. So yeah, I think that's the main difference. And also, I think there's also a difference between the noodle eating habits between the north and south region of China. For northern people, they typically eat noodle along with other food as lunch and dinner. But for southerners, they often eat noodle as breakfast because it's really quick, it's really convenient to make, and it saves a lot of time. Yeah.
Thank you for your time,
Thank
Vicky.
you.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.